So, hello everyone. My name is Tursynbayeva Merey, and my research topic is teaching grammar through communicative language teaching. Let's come to the introduction part. A process of learning a new language can be engaging and interesting at the beginner level, but when the learner comes to learning the grammar rules, so he should memorize most of the rigid grammatical structures. In most cases in English language, they are tenses. And here arises a question: how grammar should be taught and what kind of approaches should be used? And here are my research questions. The first one is how communicative language teaching can be used to enhance students' interest to learn grammar. The next is what way of grammar instruction should be used in English foreign language classroom? They are explicit or implicit. Now I would like to give you a brief literature review. What is a communicative language teaching? And define what does the explicit and implicit grammar stands for. First, I would like to define the term communicative language teaching. It's one of the contemporary methods, it's one of the contemporary approaches where the main focus on communicative competence. And what does communicative competence mean? Communicative competence is the ability of the speaker to communicate successfully, and it includes fluency, accuracy, words. The next one is activities that involve real-life communication that promote learning. What kind of activities that the teacher should conduct in the classroom? They can be debates, they can be role plays and making up dialogues that can enhance students' interest to speak, to communicate with each other. And the main role of the teacher here is the monitor and facilitator. It means that mostly teacher gives instructions this approach is mostly student-centered, and there are many collaborations as focus on group work and peer work. And one of the most important features is that lessons held in target language. And the next terms are explicit grammar and implicit. Explicit grammar is teaching. In this grammar, teaching is primarily focuses on demonstrating grammar rules for using grammar ingredients correctly. The next one is implicit grammar. Here, the teacher doesn't provide with the rule of the grammatical term. Teaching is acquiring grammar naturally, unconsciously through situational scenes. And the significance of the study. Teaching grammar in a real-life context through CLT techniques can enhance learners in foreign language learning. Firstly, I would like to define what does real-life context stands for. The teacher should understand that his subject shouldn't be held as a simple lessons as math, biology, maybe geography. Students should understand that it's a real life, that all lessons have impact to the real life, that what have learned inside of the classroom can be used to outside of the classroom as well. And the next is this research is designed to aid pre-service teachers in order to choose better way of demonstrating grammar instructions. I would like to help to the pre-service teachers that can be defined as third and fourth year students at the university to choose what kind of instruction should they use mostly. And the next part is methodology. It means the data collection part. The data collection for this mixed research was done through conducting interview and a questionnaire. As far as you know, the mixed research consists of the two types of research. They are qualitative and quantitative. And that's why for the qualitative research, I conducted interview. This interview was conducted via teachers and students. I took 5 teachers 5 experienced teachers at our university, Süleyman Demirel, and the 4 students from our university. They are junior students of the 2 foreign language profession. So all of them have a background in language teaching and language learning. Talking about the questionnaire, it was a part of the quantitative approach. There, the questionnaire was held through the Google Documents questionnaire, and it was online. There were multiple choice questions that were held from the totally agree till the totally disagree. There were 5 variants. And also survey questions will find out what aspects of language students pay attention most in learning and teaching English language. So my survey was mostly concentrated to what aspects students pay attention, to the accuracy, to fluency, or maybe also whether the grammar should be taught explicitly, implicitly, which way do they prefer. The next is participants, 20 undergraduate junior students of Süleyman Demirel University were my participants, and this data collection took approximately 3 weeks, from the 23rd of March to 15th of April. And also 15 of the students, they passed the online, they answered to the online questionnaire. As I have taught 5 experienced English language teachers, they are as well lecturers at our university. They answered to the interview. Then procedure and time frame. Interview was conducted with third-year students during 7th and 10th of April. And the next step was meeting with experienced teachers. It was held through the 12th and the 15th of April. Each interview took 25 minutes. Then respondent profile. As you can see here in my Google questionnaire, most of the respondents' gender were female, because as far as you know, most of the students in the Faculty of Education and Humanities are female. So, and talking about their age were approximately from 19 till 21. Then the next is, as I have concluded from my questionnaire, they answered to the question whether grammar should be taught explicitly or implicitly. And here in this chart, the high number of the students agree that implicit teaching is much better than explicit, because here the 9 students among 15 answered agree with teaching explicitly, and 5 students among 15 answered disagree, and the other 6 were neutral position for explicit teaching. Then let's come to the respondent profile of interview teachers. Their gender were 1 female and 5 male, here I have illustrated their experience which they gain. Their experience starts from the 6th year till the 28th year. And now in my data analysis that I have provided you, you can look at what kind of grammar instruction do they prefer. So here I mostly use 2 questions. What type of grammar instruction do they use in grammar teaching, and what kind of methods and approaches do you use in EFL classroom? So, and most of them answered that they prefer using both of the type of instructions, that it mostly depends on the level of students, as well it depends on the situation and the proficiency of the class. So, and to this next question, they answered that they mostly combine mix of the methods, approaches, that in their classroom it can be used PBL, communicative language teaching, audiolingual method, even grammar translational, but as a core base they mostly use communicative language teaching. So, and I have concluded 3 mostly accurate answers. They were both of using both of type of instructions, the next implicit and explicit. As you can see here, most of the teachers use both of the type of instructions. And the last part is conclusion. My statistical analysis didn't prove the hypothesis because it didn't prove that only one approach, only one type of instruction can be used. Both of them are suitable, and a positive correlation was between implementing both of the ways of explicit and implicit teaching. And recommendation for pre-service teachers is that they could use both of the type of instructions, combining them with communicative language teaching.